Okay, so I'm not the type to talk about Swordburst 2 news all that often unless it's really big. And yes, we just got some big news regarding the progress of Swordburst 2 and if it's going to end or not after this update that just came out, which is Floor 12. And Floor 12 apparently is not the last floor. Floor 13, we don't know if it's the last floor either, but we do know that it's actually coming out soon. So, what are my thoughts on this? I guarantee you someone is curious in my audience, so I'm going to answer the question. I am. I need. Honestly, there's not really. I don't really have any thoughts. I'm neutral to the game now. I really can't give it the benefit of the doubt because I've done it like 1,000 times already. So I'm gonna give the developers some tips on how to make this update successful. Number one, rebalance the game. Oh my god. Here, this is okay for reference. Saurus, the main boss of Floor 11, has like 3 million HP. Right now, how much damage? Not damage. How much damage or how much HP does Atheon have, which is the boss of Floor 12? This guy has 95 million HP. So that is a 92 million increase in HP. Whoever thought that was a good idea, please stop cooking. Anyways, let's move on to other things regarding HP of the mobs. The damage of the mobs. Honestly, the damage of the mobs, I can't say much about because it's probably the hardest thing to balance about this game. But either way, Swordburst 2 balancing is extremely easy. Just hop into a testing server and then test how much damage are you taking. Maybe, I just got 5-shot by this mob in floor 12. Is it balanced? No, it's not. Let's make it do make it okay. I can't speak. Let's make it to where he does less damage now. It's as simple as that. Like I don't know what kind of challenge balancing is, but for this game with a simple combat system, it shouldn't be that hard compared to like any other game I played that has a dynamic combat system. This game is not really dynamic at all. Just swing at mobs and watching their HP drain. So other things they need to do. The damage we're doing. Apparently, let's talk about it for a second. So, I'm at floor 12. Let's see, floor 12, not floor 12, floor 11 legendaries let's get special lineage out. I do about 7,300 damage, right? Which is pretty high compared to last floor, obviously. It is a huge jump, but it makes sense because there's a lot of ways to grind up. The mobs don't want 5-shot you. You just do a lot of damage, and it helps, right? It's not overpowered. It's not too weak. I guess it's a bit too strong, but it's fine now. And then after that, we got the burst weapons. I have a burst weapon right here. Let me go and do Meteor Death. I can't equip it though. The burst weapon has I haven't maxed this at all. Does 10,000 damage, right? At max, it does 10,000 damage, which is also fine. Despite a lot of people complain about it, it's also fine. It's not too overpowered. But the problem with this weapon back then is that it was not unattainable, not the damage. All right, and then we get to the problems of this update. The problems of this update is how much damage we do now. All right, so if this does 10k damage, you would assume that the next floor does about 15k, 20k. No, it does more than that. So apparently the max legendary on the floor 12 it does about 30k damage, and then the burst weapons of floor 12 also not only do 30k damage, but also can increase potentially up to 50k damage. And like I said, that's like 5 times the amount of this, which is a huge problem. So before you release floor 13, rebalance the game using the math and numbers and be like, okay, let's triple this. Let's triple 10k. So 30k is our damage cap, right? So let's do how about the next our legendaries of this floor do like maybe 17k damage. That's fine. 7k increase or 15k damage, preferably 15k. And then the burst weapons of the next floor can do 20k, or the floor 12 can be 20k, instead of this 50k nonsense, because 50k is probably the dumbest thing I've ever heard of anything. Like, 50k damage? That's absurd. That's ludicrous. No, nobody should be doing that much damage. But yeah, I would rebalance the game. That's literally, I fixed the update, quite literally, and also scaled down the mobs a little bit. Still make it hard, but not too difficult to where I get 5-shot. I'm level 217, I shouldn't be getting 5-shot. Although I'm still low-leveled, and now I'm low level because the level cap release, headed up too far. I'm not sure what level cap's going to be at floor 13, but for the looks of it, it's going to be like level 400, which is also stupid. Just make it 375, please, or 400. Maybe you can put pushing it, anything above 400 is stupid. If you take it to 500, it's even worse. Just don't raise the level cap that much because it's going to break the game again. It's going to make it 10 times harder for yourself and the players because we have to grind all those levels. So, yeah. But if you do really want to make it towards like 500, a satisfying number, just make it to where we're able to get good EXP. It's Swordburst 2 balancing it is not really hard. It's just common sense. the game, it doesn't really have any complicated combat mechanics. It's just looking at numbers and testing and be like, hey, there's too much damage. And if the community is complaining about the damage or like how much damage you're taking, then fix it. It's just community. It's just feedback and response. Just I really recommend developers to just, this is tips from me, from a media, a game, someone who doesn't really play the game that much anymore. I just, despite how much I don't really want to play the game anymore, how much I don't enjoy it anymore, I still want the game to succeed or do its best, and this is the best way to do it. Reevaluate, take a step back, take a break, just go back and fix all the mistakes you've done, or at least try to minimize the damage. Because right now they are walking through a saw factory or something like that. They're just getting all these scars, getting all these cuts, and they're not patching up the wounds. So, yeah, that's all I have to say for this video. Peace.